to find some other scraps. He is now the cave simp. Iris, speaking of simping, Iris really doesn't understand what's happening. She's like, Oda, what are you doing? Good day, good people. It is another fine day in the year of the horizon. Toon Link Dave, your United States Aviator. Welcome back. We will not dilly, we will not dally, to another episode of the Danganronpa Hunger Games, and I have done this intro already. And I've gotten through halfway of introducing the cast. I realized I had my mask on the whole time. Okay, so we're gonna run through this one more time. I'm glad I caught it early. Here we are. It is National Dice Day, so we are gambling today. And ladies and gentlemen, what better way than to introduce all of the characters who would probably do the best, who's got the best poker faces, who would just be fantastic at gambling, and then of course, the champs are here. And the wheel is already ready. I think we just need to introduce everyone who's here today. The champs band-aid start things off. Mikan and Seiko. Expert deductions, probably great with their poker faces. Kyoko and Keiji. Prepare for trouble. Make it double. You can't even see Jin's face. He's got the greatest poker face. And Sonya's probably just all in for this gambling. She would go all in every time. The proud fathers. Jin and Gerald. Gerald is that guy. I aspire every day to be a little bit more like Gerald. The power of God in anime. Azuru and Mitsurai. Azuru's got that luck. The Beanie Brigade, Ryoma, and Ruruka. Mind Trip are here because, frankly, I think it's gonna hit. That's honestly why they're here. The Rats, Kokichi, and So, they're master liars. Of course they're gonna be good at this gambling. The Dark Arts Specialist, Kotoko, and Lysithia. TSM, Sato, the Horn Bearer, and Natsumi, the Pure Boys, Joe, and Izzy. The Hotheads, Mahiru, and Himiko. No AI in TM, Chiaki and Aiba. Base Bros, Leon, and Kutaro. The Action Imposters, Celeste and Teru, who have had a good season. The only team to get you guys a fan vote so far, Hope's Last Stand, Kibo, and Makoto for the luck. Small and Mighty. Fuyiko, because, I don't know, it just feels right. And Monotaro. Show Me Your Moves, Tinko, and Iris. I think Iris would love to gamble. She would just be very bad at it. Murderous Mascots, Zero the Third, and Monokuma. Black and White, Kurakuma and Shirakuma. Fight Club, Felix, and Masaru. The Simp Squad, Oda, and Nagisa. Nagisa would count cards 100%. And then, ironically enough, your Light Bearers are Awful Intense. Haiji and Tengen. And that's the lot. Are you prepared for this? It's the last, unless things change, unless I ask Band-Aid do they want to go and defend these titles potentially and have the biggest wheel to spin of them all. Next time, if it doesn't hit today, it might be the last time that the Agents of Chaos can hit that wheel. We'll see. But, so I do have to ask you guys, do you think the wheel will hit? This late into the season, do you think it's gonna hit? It could. It very well could. We've seen how large that chunk is. Tell me that. Tell me first, second, and third. And which team do you think would be the best gamblers together? Not apart which team has the best gambler. Which team would be the best gambling duo? Tell me those three things. I'll answer the same. But tell me because those comments are important, like this one. Like that one. And even like this one right here yonder. Those are all fantastic. Those are some of the spiciest comments that there's ever been. Not ever, but they're pretty good. I'm gonna wait to make those picks. My picks at least. Because I know what I gotta do first. Three, two, one. Band-Aid, I'm worried for you. I really am. It's almost 50-50. I think it's what, 10% away from 50-50? don't know what to tell you. They've been in plenty of episodes, and it just never hit. But it could hit today. Let's find out if it does as we spin this wheel. Is it gonna hit? Is today the day? Let's find out as we release now. Today is, oh my goodness, are you serious? There's nothing I can do about it! Do I want to put Band-Aid in again? Into the episode? That might be interesting. One versus all. That might be an interesting concept. I might do that. Next week will be the last time that this wheel will have the opportunity to hit. It will be a one versus all episode. Band-Aid versus everyone who's already, or who's not yet in the finale. They will have one last shot, and they could have potentially the opportunity of becoming the champions. But that's only if chaos reigns, because it is very much avoided the entire time, and I'm still shocked. But we can go back to the... Okay. Who are the best gamblers? Together, honestly, probably Expert Deductions. Probably so. I think they might be the best gamblers together.
Danganronpa.
Luck aside. In terms of first, second, and third, I'm gonna take Sato for first. Because me and Sato, we've been vibing recently. It's one of those things where in the series you just kind of like, there's a character you're like, oh well, yeah, they're kind of whatever. And then as these games progress, you kind of just grow liking that certain character a lot more. That's what happened with me and Crazy Yoko, and that is probably what happened with me and Sato. Sato's top tier. Give me Sato for first. Give me Kibo for second. Kibo needs some love. And then give me Oda. I'll take Oda for third. Those are my top 3 picks. Yeah? Yeah. Alright, I think we're just set. I think we can just go. Are you ready? I expected to do a whole shebang. I expected to be like, oh my goodness, we all saw it coming, but you know what? We should have seen it coming because order remained. But next week, I'm making it official. Next week is Band-Aid v All in the Thursday simulator. Even though they'll all be separate teams, so it's really just a free-for-all. But Band-Aid's gonna be there. They're the fighting champs. They're the only team that will be eligible to get you guys a fan vote next week. But that's next week. This week, we're starting round 1, and we are entering the fray. I almost said his name, and I think that was just enough to just a taste of his name on my tongue jinxed that man's to oblivion. There are tributes, there are podiums, there's cardboard, and most importantly, there's horns. Thank goodness for the sousaphone, thank goodness for the ocarina. Sato Rantaro, if you would please. Sound the horns! And the show goes on. Sato just wants to be helpful. Cynthia looks around for stuff to scrounge. Mahiru wants to protect Himiko. I think we all do. Is today? Yesterday, I think, was Himiko's birthday. So happy belated to her. Izuo has a horrible feeling in his gut. Keiji catches a strange glow in the corner of his eyes, and he discovers an ancient scepter. Arcane magic courses through his body as his fingers touch the carved wood. Kyutaro kills Masaru in front of Felix. There's nothing Felix can do. He rushes to help, but it's already too late. Makoto wants this to be over already. Himiko is being adorable as always. Felix sits there with a blank stare. Nagisa is thinking of plans to get out of here. Mahiru wanted to protect Himiko so bad, but she should have focused on protecting herself because Jin attacks Mahiru from behind and slaughters her. Oda finds some leather scraps. He is now the cave simp. Iris, speaking of simping, Iris really doesn't understand what's happening. She's like, Oda, what are you doing? Monokuma was looking out only for himself. Seiko's on the verge of snapping. Ryoma thinks of a dark poem. Kibo just wants to be helpful. Chiaki hopes She sure does, that she doesn't have to harm anybody. Ruruka tries to get others to notice her. Shirakumo is looking for an easy out. Kotoko and Lysithea attack Jin from behind, murdering him. Jin, you gotta do better than that. You gotta pick up the pace. But you know what? Sonya is a pretty confident player. She might win this one for you. So, spot something shiny in the distance. Natsumi twiddles her thumbs. Leon fails to grasp the gravity of the situation. Maya finds a sword shiny and sharp. It's a rather nice find. Tinko won't give up so easily. Mikan is being adorable as always. Celeste tries to kill Cage, but Cage retaliates and kills her instead. Monotaro and Fuyuko get no argument over who should be in charge, and then Kyoko. You also gotta do better than that. Kind of wanders off and gets lost, never to be seen again. Joe just wants to be helpful. Sonya hums a song to herself. Izuru sets down a trap. Gerald sizes his muscles. Haiji does his best to avoid Tengen. Teru just wants us to be over already. And Zero the third seems unshaken by any of this. Kurokuma gets caught in one of Izuru's traps. Now all he can do is hope to be freed. Aiba just wants it to end already. Tengen looks for an easy out. Kokichi sees the rats as a bunch of chumps ready to be milked, but they are former championship chumps. Mitsurai just wants to be helpful. Fuyuko won't give up so easily, and Pewter is thinking of plans to get out of here. We lost 5. A whole 41 remain, which means as I go on and stop that music, we can hit a nice Claire de Lune for our fallen 5. Masaru, Mahiru, Jin, Celeste, Kyoko. Neither Celeste nor Masaru will be getting their first wins today. Jin will not either. Mahiru and Kyoko, it's been a hot second since either of them have won a game. Mahiru, it's been a hot second. A very warm second since you've won a game. Unfortunately, that's not today, but maybe next week for Mahiru. Yeah, maybe next week. But for right now, it was this week, so we gotta proceed to see with the action. We gotta proceed to get on with this game to even get to next week as we click next round. Holy moly. Things are okay. Goodness gracious. Alright, Zero the third twiddles his thumbs. Tinko feels like Iris is slowing her down. Iris has been gotten rid of. Tinko got rid of her. How could you? How could you? Felix snaps out of it. Oda is glad he can rely on Nagisa, so spots something shiny in the distance. Maya artfully cleaves Haiji in two with her sword. Don't ever count these agents of chaos out. Kyutaro twitches uncontrollably, still caught in the trap. Kurokuma lays there moping. Aiba kills Monotaro in front of Fuyuhiko. Fuyuhiko rushes to help Monotaro, the poor, small, innocent bear. Innocent, maybe not so much, but the poor bear dies in his arms. Fuyuhiko is on the verge of a nervous breakdown after that intense, emotional moment. Izuyoi tries to kill Nagisa, but Nagisa retaliates and kills him instead. That was a gamble to go after him. Kyoko's gone. Kotoko does something really cute. Natsumi is looking for an easy out. Monokuma seems unshaken by any of this. Chiaki disappears for a while and comes back with a wizard robe that she stole from her man's Hajime. She slips it on, scattering sparkles everywhere. Hajime is now furious. Hajime is enraged. Hajime will be back next week. Will he? No, he won't. He won't, because he's already in the bracket. That's nuts. He'll be back in singles action, though. Teru remembers how much he misses Celeste and sobs quietly. You know what? Don't count Teru out. Teru has the ability to go nuts for Celeste, apparently. Because they are homies, apparently, now. Kokichi tries to kill Chiaki, but the wizard robe carries her away to safety. Izuru won't die like the other. Shirakuma hopes he doesn't have to harm anyone. Seiko ambushes Ruruka and Ryoma, murdering them both. The Beanie Brigade has bounced. Tengen stares into the distance. Pewter is cooking with a genius idea. Lysithea challenges Kibo to a duel. Kibo bites the dust. Sonya has a horrible feeling in her gut. Leon doesn't really want to, but finds himself having to get rid of Kurokuma. But he should have been watching his partner, because Gerald, as he feels strong enough to handle anything, Jin attacks Kyutaro from behind and eviscerates him. Keiji polishes off that ancient scepter, making the orb shine. Mikan sets down a trap. Mitsurai wishes he could go home. Nagisa can't take his eyes off of Oda. Sato gets caught in that trap, but the best boy, the pure boy, the good boy, Joe releases her from the trap so she can continue to sound those horns if she does please. Makoto tries to kill Chiaki, but Chiaki's wizard rope has carried her away to safety, and Himiko is now tactical mage, and we lost 9. Which is crazy. 9 in this simulator, when it's like under a certain number of people, is a little nuts, but we sure did lose 9. 1 light bearer is gone. Tengen, I think, is still in? We'll double check after this Claire de Lune. 4. Iris, Haiji, Monotaro, Izuyoi, Ruruka, Ryoma, Kibo, Kurokuma, Gyutaro. Izuyoi and Ruruka died right next to each other, right after each other. Oh, that's a shame. That's a shame for him, but where are our light bearers? Yeah, Tengen is still in. That's what I thought, but he's killed nobody. We can just keep going. We still have, what, 35 people? 32, just 32. That is a little bit less than I thought. We are so close. We are, what, 8 away from a standard-sized game of the Hunger Games? I think we will just go on and proceed until we get there. Because we have plenty more until your save and grace picks. Will you need them? I might need them, but we'll go on to the next round. Because apparently people are still dying left, right, up, down, down, left, right, BA, death. Round 3. Keiji calls Arcane Fury down on Nagisa's ancient scepter, beaming with an inner rage. Nagisa grimaces and then starts bubbling violently before melting into the ground. That's my boy. Nagisa, one of these days, you're gonna get yourself another win. Pewter tries to kill Himiko, but that combat gear is doing work. So attempts to kill Aiba, but Chiaki, with her wizard robe, intervenes to protect her. Unfortunately, Chiaki dies in the attempt. Not even the wizard robe could save her. Mikan attempts to kill Gerald, but Jin intervenes just in time. Jin had to kill Mikan to protect Gerald's life. Jin, you did something. You did something, Jin. You know what? I truly appreciate you stepping in to save Gerald's life. Wish I could have done that. Oda is wearing leather scraps and decides to behold. Sonya finds a bow and some arrows. It'll take some practice, but this can surely come in handy. Shirokuma looks for someone dumb enough to believe him. Maya swooshes the air with her sword. Gerald finds a grenade now, better be careful with that. Fuyiko stops quietly. Felix spots something shiny in the distance. Natsumi gets mauled by wild animals. Rest in peace to her. Tengen twiddles his thumbs. Tinko is now a cave woman. She would never be a degenerate caveman. This is rather cave woman-like. How dare you, bot? You will not hear the end of this from her. Something inside of Monokuma snaps, and he's frenzied. Uh-oh. Mitsurai just wants to be useful, helpful. Sato seems unshaken by any of this. She's seen all of it. She's played her sousaphone, her tuba all through all of this. Aiba is being adorable as always. Teru tries to get others to notice him. Jin attacks Himiko from behind and slaughters her. Rest in peace to her, which means her team is now out. Makoto wishes he could go home. Joe fails to grasp the gravity of the situation. Aiba challenges Kotoko to a duel. That's a mistake. That's the master of the dark arts. Aiba, you've bitten the dust. In fact, your whole team is gone now. Kokichi and So get into an argument over who should be in charge. Trying to get you guys that fan vote, working hard for it. Lysithea spots something shiny in the distance. Seiko just wants to be helpful. I'm sorry, she actually wants it to end already. She can't be hopeful because Mikan's gone. Who's she gonna be hopeful to? Leon remembers Kyutaro, sobs quietly. Izuru is gone. Zero the Third tries to kill Seiko, but Seiko retaliates and kills him instead. We've lost. 7. Almost down to the standard size game. Almost. But in this holly and jolly of times, ho ho ho, and all of that good stuff, I have to give a clear day loop for Nagisa, Chiaki, Mikan, Natsumi, Himiko, Aiba, Zero the Third. 25 remain, 15 until your saving grace picks, and of course, 24, a standard sized game, until we have a winner. Who could that winner be? I don't know. I haven't the slightest. There's plenty of people still in though. So let's end this Claire de Lune and let's go ahead and proceed. We will not dilly and we will not dally. We've dillied and we've dallied and we won't give up because at the start of round 4, Lysithea does her best to avoid Kotoko. That's your team. That's your tag team partner. You shouldn't avoid her. Joe has a horrible feeling in his chest. Tengen looks for someone dumb enough to believe him. Kotoko can't wait to kill again. Mitsurai is ready to defend his friends. Your friend is still in, although Azuru is not the best tag team partner in the world. Sonya practices pulling back her bowstring. So ambushes Tinko and eviscerates her. Odo, wearing leather scraps, is decided to behold. Teru doesn't really want to, but finds himself having to get rid of Kotoko. But I said that if you weren't avoiding her, you might have been able to save her. Leon finds a rocket launcher. That's gonna end well. Maya's thinking of plans to get out of here. Panting like a wild beast, his eyes bulging out, Monokuma's frenzy grows so overpowering that his heart gives out. Didn't know he had one. Could've fooled me. Aiba's gone. Sato's still unshaken by any of this. She's just out there playing her sousaphone. Kokichi duels out with Pewter. The Agent of Chaos bites the dust. Maya's still in though. Makoto eats something you shouldn't have. Very unlucky, dies of horrible stomach pains. Gerald juggles with that grenade, kind of wanting to use it. Shirakuma hopes it doesn't have to harm anyone. Felix sizes his muscles. Keiji polishes that ancient scepter. Seiko twitches uncontrollably. Fuyiko doesn't want to carry on and is now suicidal. Fuyiko, oh no. Oh no. Fuyiko. Jin stares into the distance. Azuru won't give up so easily. We lost 5. It's the final 20. 10 more. Perfect 10 until you're saving grace picks. Do you need them? Who you thinking about? Who you thinking about for your saving grace picks? I don't know who I'm thinking about. It's a very mixed field right now, but we did lose 5, so let's get them a quick Claire de Lune. 4. Tenko. Kotoko. Monokuma. Pewter. Makoto. And as I said, there's 20 left. I guess we could take a quick peek at everybody. Keiji from Expert Deductions, both of the rats. Teru trying to carry on for Celeste again. If he does it a 3rd time, I'ma go wild. I'ma go nuts. Maybe that's what Teru needed in tag team action. Someone worth fighting for. Base Bros still have Leon. Lysithea trying to carry on for Kotoko. Tengen for the Lightbearer still has no KOs. Felix still in his wildfire for Masaru. Joe for Izuyoi. Maya for the fan vote, technically. Murderous mascots are out. Shirakuma for Black and White. Small and Mighty has Fuyiko. Proud Fathers are both still in. Jin going off, low-key. We won't lie about that. Seiko with 3 for Band-Aid, also trying to get you that fan vote. Sonya for Prepare for Trouble. Trying to make a win for them. Ryoma and Ruruka are both dead, but the Power of God and Anime are both in. Sato remains, and so does Ota. And that's the final 20, which means there's still plenty of people to go, and also from various franchises too. This is an interesting mix that we still have left, but we can go on to the next round to see who they will bring. Well, with the flick of an ancient scepter, Keiji turns Teru into a sheep. Well, Teru, if you once again win this one, you will have all the praise in the world from me, my boy. All the praise in the world. Gerald spots something shiny in the distance. Maya swooshes the air with her sword. Sato's looking out only for herself. Tengen tries to kill Gerald. Mistake. Gerald retaliates and kills him instead. Monotaro's gone. Azuru sets down a trap. Fuyiko, oh I see. Fuyiko sits there with a blank stare. Leon loves the way that rocket launcher feels on his shoulder. Don't forget he's got one. Shirakuma looks for someone dumb enough to believe him. Teru is a sheep and wanders off too far, becoming food for the wild beast. Very fitting that the chef becomes food. Joe doesn't really understand what's happening. Oda gets caught in one of Azuru's traps. Now all he can do is hope to be freed, and frenzied Seiko has arrived. Felix sizes his muscles. And while he's doing that, Lysithea is like, I don't really want to, but I gotta kill you. Rest in peace. She had that range advantage too. So thinks about what he did to end up here. Sonya practices pulling back that bowstring. Kokichi sees the rats as a bunch of chumps ready to be milked. Mitsurai wishes he could go home, and Jin hums a song to himself. 3 more are gone, 7 more until you're saving grace picks. But for now, I think I have to say that it's a Claire de Lune for our fallen 3. Tengen, Teru, Felix. And that is the end of the Lightbearers, so no one will get carried on. That is the end of the Accent Imposters via the sheep. And of course, that is now the end of Fight Club. Rest in peace. But there's still plenty of other teams, some with both of their members still in. Some could get you guys a fan vote, and some could be fresh faces on the bracket, but to get there, we gotta go on. To get there, we gotta proceed. And as we proceed, we will see that at the start of round 6, Fuyiko's still sobbing uncontrollably, that poor boy. Oda was struggling in the trap, and now he is bleeding out. It's the last thing he can do. Kokichi can't wait to kill again, and Keiji gets cocky, ends up dying from a stupid mistake. That's the end of Expert Deductions. And that's another fan vote opportunity gone. Mitsurai is ready to defend his friends alongside the attack, so before Kokichi can react, Kokichi rushes to help, but so dies in his arms. Lysithea is starting to rack up these KOs. Jin has a little bikini and puts it on. Azuru finds a sword as well, shiny and sharp. Kotoko's gone, so is So. Shirakuma doesn't feel prepared for any of this. Seiko looks around maniacally seething. That's a danger. That is a threat. She's won many a games, getting plenty of KOs, going nuts. But she has also lost plenty of games via heart attack. Gerald Attacks Shirakuma from behind, gets over him, that's the end of Black and White. Joe fails to grasp the gravity of the situation. Leon remembers Kyutaro and sobs quietly. Sato seems unshaken by any of this, and Maya's cooking a genius idea. Will it be brilliant enough to get you guys another fan vote? I don't know, but there's only 14 left. Everyone who's still in has a pretty decent chance of winning this one, of taking this one home. But I will say, just because you got a decent chance doesn't mean you will win. With this Claire de Lune, we lost 2 teams, and 1 team is now down to 1 player. And that Claire de Lune is 4. KG. So, Shirakuma. A very your turn to die Claire de Lune. With the addition of Shirakuma, we have 14 left. 4 more until we check those people who are left again, and you guys get to make some saving grace picks, because you might need them, because this was a large game, so it might be hard to call, but I say this to you. Let's go on, let's proceed, and let's see who wins this one. I'm not certain, but I will say at the start of the next round, I can tell you who won't win this one, my boy Joe. No. Makoto's gone to the start of round 7. Unlucky 7. Oh gosh. Oh my goodness. Goodness gracious. Peter's gone. Mitsurai wants to be over already. Fuyiko sobs quietly. Sonya practices pulling back her bowstring. Maya artfully cleaves Oda in 2 with her sword. Oda gone. Kokichi wants it to end already. Gerald tosses a live grenade at Joe, our boy Joe, good boy Joe, pure boy Joe, who was instantly blown to smithereens, splattered all over the place Joe. In a fit of frenzy, Seiko creeps up on Sonya and kills her dead. Rest in peace, cause we love prepare for trouble. Jin attempts to kill Azuru, but Mitsurai intervenes to protect him. Unfortunately, Mitsurai dies in the attempt. Interesting that you would protect him. I would have figured Azuru just would have been able to protect himself. Okay. Azuru won't die like the others. Lysithea somehow finds some tactical combat gear. She is now a combat mage, just like Himiko was, but it didn't end too well for her. Leon loves the way that rocket launcher feels on his shoulder, and Sato hums a song to herself, which means, what's your final 10? And you know what that means. After this Claire de Lune 4, Oda, Joe, Sonya, Mitsurai. Oh yes! That means we can scroll to the top. That means it's your final 10. That means it's time for your saving grace picks. We still have Fuyiko from Small and Mighty, Maya for the fan vote for Mind Trip, the Proud Fathers both completely in, Jin and Gerald, Lysithea trying to carry on for Kotoko for the Dark Arts Specialist. As we go on, we can also see Kokichi for the fan vote for the Rats. As we go on and we proceed, we can see my pick Sato still remains for Twilight Syndrome Murder. As we go on, the Power of God and Anime are trying to make this bracket again with Azuru. Band-Aid trying to get you guys a fan vote too with Seiko. Leon here today with the Bass Bros trying to claim that victory with his rocket launcher. For the Bass Bros, yes. And that, I think, is everyone. Yes, that's the top 10. Okay. You gotta know, you know what you gotta do. Saving grace picks, first, second, third. You got 10 choices. Pick your top 3. Who's gonna make it? Do you think you're gonna get a fan vote off of this one? I think you have like a 30-40% chance? 30-40, something like that. 30 or 40% chance. I think it was 3 people, but it might have been 4. Let me know in the comments. Edit your comment, reply to your comment, like and subscribe, hit the bell button. But most importantly, make your saving grace picks known. I'm gonna make mine known right now. I can't deviate away from Sato. Sato's got this first place. Sato has it. Give me Gerald for second, because I love Gerald. I should probably believe in my girl's Band-Aid, but who knows at this point. Give me Azuru for third, because I still love the name, The Power of God in Anime. It's a good name. It's one of the best names that are still alive, at least. I do also love Prepare for Trouble. But those are my picks. Hopefully you've made yours. Did you pause to do it? Are you ready to do it? Are you ready to proceed? Because I think we have to. It's your final 10. All 10 of these competitors, their hearts beating rapidly. So fast that it could only match the pace of, I think, yeah, a samurai woman. Alright then, let's go on and let's proceed to see. What a shame. Round 10, Seiko looks around maniacally seething. Jin tries to kill Lysithea. Lysithea's combat gear diverts the blow, but a follow-up attack from his partner Gerald leaves Lysithea biting the dust. As Maya's just swooshing there with her sword, Fuyiko snaps out of it. Kyutaro, gone. Azuru's such in a trap. Sato gets caught in one of Azuru's traps. What a stupid mistake. She should have known better. All she can do now is hope to be freed. Kokichi is on the verge of a nervous breakdown. Leon doesn't really understand what's happening. We lost one. One gone. One mage. And thus, it's a terrible turnabout for Lysithea. Well, they'll have a shot next week. And what could be for the titles? It could technically be like back-to-back tag team title matches. Or it just could not hit again. And at this point, I wouldn't be surprised. I'm no longer surprised that it's not hitting. We need to keep going. It's still Samurai Woman time. There's still 9 in. Let's keep going and let's see as Azuru embraces his inner Maki and strangles the heck out of Kokichi. Still caught in the trap, Sato lays there moping. You don't have any friendly people left. You might be there for a while. Seiko's frenzy finally dies down. Leon loves that rocket launcher that's on his shoulder, atop his shoulder. Gerald spots something shiny in the distance. Fuyiko wishes he was dead. Good thing you don't have a wish ring. Jin is still proud of that bikini, embracing his inner Taichi from before. He's passing down the knowledge, the smartness, the brilliance. Maya sobs quietly. We lost one. Former Danganronpa Hunger Games champion. Former Danganronpa Hunger Games tag team champion. But it is indeed a terrible turnabout for him today. Kokichi. And that brings us to our final 8. Azuru, Sato, Seiko, Leon, Gerald, Fuyiko, Jin, and Maya. We can just keep on keeping on. It's still Samurai Woman, actually. Yeah, let's just keep on keeping on. At the start of the next round. We lost some souls this time. Maya's cooking with genius idea. Seiko's on the verge of snapping again. Sato, struggling in the trap. She cut herself pretty bad. She's now bleeding out. Sato, no. You're so close. Don't do this to me. Fuyiko gets cocky, ends up dying from a stupid mistake. Jin wasn't looking and fell right off of a cliff. See, he's too absorbed in that bikini and walked himself right off of a cliff. Azuru can't wait to kill again. Gerald feels strong enough to handle anything. The dead husk of Zero the Third rots peacefully, and Leon thinks about what he did to end up here. We lost 2. 6 remain. But first, once again, a terrible turnabout for Fuyiko, Jin, Maya, Seiko, Sato, Azuru, Gerald, Leon. That's your final 6. Whom will take this? I don't know. There are no longer 2 members of the Proud Fathers. It is now a 6-person match. 6 different teams. There's no distinct advantage between any of them. But for right now, it's still Samurai Woman. So we gotta keep on going to see exactly what happens. Seiko finds a slingshot. How quaint. Might be useful in a pinch. You can't sleep on Seiko in these games. You can't. Jin's gone. Sato is trapped and slowly bleeding out. That's not good news for her. Maya reminisces about the chaos that her partner brings. Sobs quietly. Gerald looks around for stuff to scrounge. Leon doesn't understand what's happening. Himiko's gone. Azuru seems unshaken by any of this, and so is Maharu. She's not unshaken because she's dead. Can't be shaken when you are deceased. We'll go to the next round. And we're losing souls left and right now. It's round 12. Gerald tries to kill Seiko, but Seiko retaliates and kills him instead. Ooh, but then a turnabout at the end there. Keiji's gone. Azuru won't die like the others. Leon loves the way his rocket launcher feels on his shoulder. Ryoma's gone. Seiko gathers ammo for her slingshot. Sato gets mauled by a wild animal, still caught in that trap. If only someone had freed her. If only someone were kind. A shame. But then Maya artfully cleaves Seiko in 2 with her sword, which means we are now down to your final 3. 3 more are gone. Are all 3 of those my saving grace picks? Gerald, Sato, and did I pick Seiko too? I think I might have picked Seiko. I don't quite remember, but okay. Okay, well, it's a terrible turnabout for them, especially if those were my 3 saving grace picks. Gerald, Sato, Seiko. Which means we are left with Miss Maya, Mr. Azuru, and Leon. That's our final three. We can look at the stats, I guess. There's not much to view here. We got Leon with 1 KO for the base bros. We got Azuru from the Power of God in Anime with 1 KO, that's Kokichi, Embraces Inarmaki. And then we have Maya, who has had a good season. Her team has had a good season, and she could get you guys a fan vote. Mind Trip is really playing these mind games and trying to come out on top a lot. Is it their season? I don't know, but I can't, we gotta just proceed to see if it happens. We gotta proceed, but it's not a samurai woman anymore. It's our final three. It is Maya. It is Leon, and it is Azuru. All caught in what we like to call a crisis of fate. Who will come out on top of this one? I don't know. Will you get a saving grace pick from Miss Maya? Will you get Azuru promising not to die like the others? I don't know. Or will you get Leon for the base bros with his rocket launcher that he's not used all game but has had for quite some time? We'll proceed to see. Leon has a horrible feeling in his chest. Maya swooshes the air with her sword and Azuru sets down a trap. Those traps have been, oh boy, all over the place. That trap might still be in place, but let me tell you, Azuru gets cocky and ends up dying from a stupid mistake. It happens quite often. Maya's thinking of a plan to get out of here. She won last week. She could do it again. She could do it again right here, right now. Zero's gone, Tenko's gone, Aiba's gone, but Leon finds some tactical combat gear, equips it, tries to protect himself because he knows that Maya is a force to be reckoned with, that Chaos is a force to be reckoned with, and it could be a fan vote, the second fan vote for the tag team bracket. Ladies and gentlemen, first of all is a terrible, terrible turnabout for Azuru. It is Leon, and it is Maya. Maya trying to do things again, come out on top again, and get you guys a fan vote. She's wasting no time. She's like, I'm gonna make sure I earned my way onto both brackets, and nobody can say anything about it. Leon, on the other hand, he's over here like, I got this rocket launcher, this combat gear, I know what I'm doing, I know what I gotta do, but most importantly, I have to ask you who will it be? Will it be Maya? For the fan vote, for Mind Trip, for the chaos that just won't reign? Or will it be Leon, the base bro? The red-headed, bat-swinging, home run hitting bros? I don't know. Who do you got? Maya? Leon. Maya. Leon. Miss Maya. Mr. Leon! As we click next round, we see that it all ends as Maya tries to kill Leon, but his combat gear diverts the blow. He saw that she was about to kill him, and so his instincts kicked in, and he doesn't really want to, but finds himself having to get rid of Maya. Maybe it was something inside of him that felt some sort of familiarity with a blue-haired person trying to end his life, and so he got back to those same instincts, killed her instead. I don't know, but I can tell you that because of that, we can take a step back and we can see, after this terrible turnabout for Maya, that I can say with certainty, your winner, representing the base bros, a sort of a sleeper pick, Leon takes the win. Okay, I won't say it's not earned. I won't. He got 2 KOs. He might not have been the one that everyone was rooting for, but you know what? He's not bad in tag team action. What, I think he got a win for Straighten Up? before the Base Bros were formed. Yeah. Yeah, he's not bad in tag team action. Not the best in singles action. In fact, I don't know if he has a singles win. But tag team action, he's alright. Good on him. Good on him. Jin with 5 KOs. Almost won. Almost did for the Proud Fathers. I would have loved to see they'd still have an opportunity. And they're still the fan vote. Taichi, Gerald, Jin. Almost. Jin and Gerald had 9 KOs together. Jeez Louise. Seiko with 5, Lysithia with 4. She did work. Gerald with 4, Maya with 3, KG, So, and Kotoko, and Leon with 2, everyone else with 1 or less. And thus, we can bring up the almost completed tag team bracket. Everyone who's there. The next time you'll see them is in the tag team finale, except for Band-Aid. Because Band-Aid, they want to give the Agents of Chaos one more shot. One more shot. Because they just don't want it to rain. And I'm just curious if it'll hit at this point. Band-Aid, they're fighting champions. I know they are. So they're coming for it. And you know what? If they win next time, it's a fan vote. If they don't, it's a fresh team. That's exactly how it's gonna go. Every team that does not have a win, or rather, every team that's not on the bracket currently, will be in that episode. Which means Boss Time, the Big Buff Family, Fight Club, all sorts of teams. Everyone who's not on the bracket that you just saw. I'm excited for that one. I can set that one up like right now, because I know what it is. And then next Friday, Secret Achievements is the last time they can hit. So next week is the start of the fan votes. Oh. This is going fast. Jeez Louise, but okay. That's that. In that case, stay classy. Congrats to Leon and the Base Bros. Didn't expect him, but you know what? Leon low-key is always a sleeper pick. Never count him out. If the wheel hit, the Base Bros would have been champions. But that was not the fate for today. That was not the crises of fate. This is it. United States Aviator. Year of the Rise and Toon Link Dave. Stay classy, stay safe. And as always, toodaloo. Fly crew. Until next week, which will have the last episode of seasonal play for not only singles, not only tag teams, but also the OCs. That's next Sunday. Not this coming Sunday, next Sunday. And then right after that, I think that Friday, don't quote me on it, will be the OC finale. We'll see. It's a big ol' we'll see. Toodaloo, Flight Crew. Thanks for watching.